Hello. For this week's video journal, I interviewed Kara McClimate, and she is a special ed teacher at Henry Haight Elementary in Alameda, and she runs the autism program there, which focuses on inclusion and getting the students into the general ed classrooms as much as possible. And I interviewed her about the student M, who I've been observing throughout this program. He is a fourth grader, and he has autism. And so we talked about his behavior issues, and so I will talk about that. So I asked her what behavior or behaviors are problematic. I had noticed his behavior during my observations, but I wanted to hear what she had to say. And she said she defined it as vocal disruptions, so screaming, tantruming, or crying during instruction. And she said that it occurs in the general ed classroom very often, sometimes right when he walks into the room, he'll start doing that. But it also occurs in the resource room, where he spends some time also. And the triggers are when he doesn't get access to a preferred activity, or when there's a non-preferred task presented. So he does it because he wants to escape the work. When he engages in this behavior, he does get to escape the work. He gets pulled out of the classroom to calm down, and then he's prompted to ask for a break and use the appropriate language to get what he needs. The behavior is a problem for him because he's not able to receive instruction when he's screaming, tantruming, crying. And it's also a problem, so he's losing instructional time, but it's also disrupting the class. And so it upsets other students, which socially isolates him. And in addition to that, it takes him a long time to calm down once he's wound up like that, and it can be really challenging for him to get back on track. So I knew, that he could be disruptive and off task, but the term vocal disruption, that was new to me, and so that helped me understand, I guess how to better phrase it. And it also was helpful to discuss with Kara about how the other things about his behavior, like taking a long time to calm down, and also, kind of freaking out the other students and making it not only challenging for them to learn, but not feel as good about him or as warm towards him as a classmate or fellow student. So that's what I learned about the behavior from my interview. It was just a better understanding of it and the effects of it, and that the operational definition of the problem behavior would be every time he screams in the classroom, every time he throws a tantrum in the classroom, or every time he starts crying in the classroom. So those were the specific behaviors associated with the vocal disruption. And Kara was very helpful, and it was really interesting to meet with her. I've talked to her several times, but it was very helpful to really dig a little deeper about the student M and to learn more about how she defines and describes his behavior.